Welcome in this presentation regarding the invertebrate features and examples. Animals form a diversified kingdom which include single cellular amoeba to multicellular complex human being. But all of us share two things in common. All animal cells lack a cell wall. And number two, all animals are heterotrophic. That is, they cannot produce their own food. Now, depending on the cellular complexity, animals can be of two types. Number one, protozoa or the unicellular animals, and number B, the metazoa or the multicellular animals. But presently, the members of the protozoa are given the status of a separate kingdom called as Protista. Metazoans can be of two types. If the cells are arranged in two layers in a body of animal, these are called as a diploblastic animal, and these animals with two layer of tissue. And number two is the triploblastic animals, that is animals with three layer of tissue. Now let us see in detail. Salient features of porifera or sponges. Sponges are the first group of multicellular animals, but though they have multiple cells, but still they lack tissue. When similar or dissimilar cells associate with each other, communicate with each other to perform a specific type of function, then they form a tissue. But the cells that we find in sponges remain independent of each other. That is why they don't have any tissue. The body of a sponge is mostly asymmetrical, but in few we may observe radial symmetry. Sponges are mostly marine, but some may live in fresh water. The water they live in can directly enter into their body through numerous small pores distributed on their surface. These small pores, which are distributed throughout their outer surface, are called as the ostia. After entering through the ostia, the water is channelized into a canal system, which will ultimately lead to a central cavity, the spongicle. When the water is passing through the canal system, the cells of sponge exchange material with the water, and then after reaching the spongicle, that water is expelled out of the sponge through one or more large opening at the end of their body, which are named as osculum. Though the sponges lack true tissue, but the cells they have in their body remain arranged in two loose layers. The inner layer is called as the choanoderm and the outer layer is called as the inocoderm. And these two remain separated by a non-cellular jelly-like mesenchyma layer. The choanoderm remain lined with choanocyte cells, which is responsible for creating the flow of water into the canal system. And these are also assigned with the trapping of food particles from the water. Most of the sponges have an external support of an exoskeleton. This exoskeleton is made up of two things, the spicules and the spongin. The spicules are inorganic in nature, mostly made up of calcium and silicon compounds, and the spongin fiber is made up of protein. Here are two examples, the cycon and the spongilla. Look for the osculum in the cycon. salient features of Nidaria or coelenterate. The body is diploblastic, that is, they consist of two layers of tissue, the ectoderm and the endoderm or the gastroderm. These two layers remain separated by a non-cellular gelatinous mesochlia. This is the first group of diploblastic animal. The body cavity is called as a coelenteron or the gastrovascular cavity, which is not a true body cavity or coelom. The body cavity remains open to the outside only by a oral opening. There is no anus. They are mostly marine, but few live in fresh water. The Cnidarians are polymorphic in nature. That means they can live in more than one form of the body. In case of Cnidarians, the asexual form are called as the polyp, which are sessile or fixed, and the sexual form is called as the medusoid or the medusa, which are free swimming. Some Cnidarians may live in any one of these forms throughout their life, and some may show an alteration of the two forms in their life cycle. The asexual reproduction takes place in the form of budding from the polyps. The oral opening remains guarded with the tentacles to capture the prey. The tentacles remain heavily clothed with some special cells called as the nematocyst cell or cnidoblast cell. These are specialized long thread-like cells which are highly barbed or spined. These remain coiled within a sac-like structure normally at rest, but when they need to catch any prey or have to make defense against a predator, these coiled cells are expelled at a high speed toward the target, and these cells also remain connected with some poisonous or toxic gland. Here are some examples. The hydra, look at the budding in hydra, and the sea anemone and the coral polyps, look for their tentacles. Features of ctenophorans. The ctenophorans have a biradially symmetrical body, which is consist of 8 comb plate or tenies spaced at equal distance throughout their body. The presence of an arboreal sense organ is a characteristic of ctenophoran. This arboreal sense organ is present opposite to the mouth and is responsible for the control of the teni or the comb plates. These comb plates are used for their locomotion. The alimentary canal is open by mouth only, anus is absent. All members of ctenophoran are exclusively marine. Like Cnidarians, ctenophorans are also diploblastic animals having two layers of tissue, ectoderm and the endo or gastroderm. But unlike the Cnidarians, the mesochlia that they have in ctenophora is found or filled with some elastic fibers or muscle cells. Presence of coloblast cell or lasso cell is also an unique feature of ctenophorans. These lasso cells secrete a sticky substance which is used to capture the food particles to the animal. Reproduction is done by sexual means only. Ctenophorans are monoecious animal. Monoecious means when the male and female organ found in a same body, that means separate male and female body do not exist. Male and female live in same body, that is called monoecious. They can be also called as bisexual. Here are two examples, a barrow and the sea gooseberry. Look for the complex. Features of Platyhelminthes or flatworms. These are the first group of triploblastic animals with the appearance of a new tissue layer called mesoderm. The mesoderm is present in between the ecto and endoderm, but in case of Platyhelminthes, the mesoderm is solid. There is no gap in it. That is why they are also called as acoelomate without true body cavity or coelom. The true body cavity or coelom remain lined with the mesoderm tissue. They have a dorsal ventral flat, bilaterally symmetrical body. The digestive system of flatworms are either absent or incomplete because most of them are endoparasitic and they can absorb the nutrient throughout their body surface from the host. But they need some hooks or suckers to remain attached with the host. The excretory organ is protonephrine, which is fitted with phlegm cells. A primitive ladder-like nervous system is observed, which is consist of two parallel long nerve cords which remain connected by some transverse nerves. Most of them are endoparasite, but few are free living in water. Unisexual or monoecious animals, they can reproduce either by sexual way or by asexual way. Asexual reproduction is performed in the form of regeneration or fission. Here are some examples: a free-living Planaria, a liver fluke, look at the sucker, and the tapeworm Taenia, look for the head. Features of Nemathelminthes or Nematoda, roundworm. Triploblastic body is with a pseudocele or false coelom. That is, these animals have body cavity in them, but that body cavity is not lined by mesoderm tissue. That is why it is called pseudocele or false coelom. Body is unsegmented, smooth, elongated with pointed end, and the body is also bilaterally symmetrical. The cross section of the body is round. Mouth and anus are present. They open at opposite end of the body. That means they have an complete alimentary canal. Body remain covered with a protective cuticle. This cuticle protects the animal from the digestive enzyme of the host. They are dioecious animals or unisexual animals. That is, male and female organ are found in two different bodies. The nematodes are the first unisexual animal in the animal world. Nervous system is consist of a circumpharyngeal nerving which gives off 6 long nerves. Here are two examples: the common worm of the human being, the Ascaris, and the Wuchereria bancrofti, which is responsible for the elephantiasis of human. Features of Annelida. Annelids have a long, slender, segmented body. The segmentation is clearly marked both internally and externally. The external segmentation is marked by some repeated grooves or annuli, and the internal segmentation is marked by some transverse septa. These segments are called as the somites or metamere. The first one is called as the peristomium. These are the first coelomate animal. They have the true body cavity or coelom, which remain lined by mesoderm. They have a closed type of blood vascular system. It is very unlike the other invertebrates. The invertebrates normally have open vascular system or open circulation system, but the blood vascular system of annelid is closed type. That means the blood always remain transmitted through blood vessels. They don't come out into the body cavity. And another unique feature is that the annelids also have hemoglobin in their blood. The locomotor organ are the setae or parapodia, but few may not have any organ. The excretory organ is nephridia. They are either free-living or parasitic. Here are a few examples: a common Arthoma ferritima, a parasitic leech, and aquatic nereis. Features of arthropods. Arthropods are triploblastic animals with bilaterally symmetrical body, and the body is primarily divided into three segments: head, thorax, and the abdomen. All the legs or appendages they have are jointed. They have an harder exoskeleton or outer covering of the body made up of chitin. They have open type of blood circulation. That means the blood fills body cavity, don't flow throughout the body but remain filled in some body cavity called as the lacunae or the sinus. Presence of true coelom like in the previous group. The eyes are mostly compound except in the spiders. The respiration is done by trache or book lung in terrestrial forms and by book gill in aquatic forms. Arthropods are a very diverse group of animals who can live in any possible place on the earth. That is why they can be grouped into several classes. The four main classes are the crustacea or the prawn-like animals. The prawns, the crabs is the example of this group. They have 5 pair of legs from their cephalothorax. The insecta, the most common or visible group of arthropods, including the ants, the cockroaches, the butterfly, the moth, etc. They have 3 pairs of legs from their thorax. The arachnid or the spider-like of animals, spiders and scorpions form this group. They have 4 pairs of legs from their cephalothorax. And the myriapoda, including the centipedes and the millipedes, which has numerous legs on their body. Features of mollusca. They have soft, unsegmented body mass, which remain covered by a membrane called as mantle. The mantle is a unique feature of molluscum. They also have true body coelom or true coelom body cavity, but this body cavity remain very restricted into few places. The body cavity we observe in mollusks are restricted in pericardial cavity surrounding the heart and the space that they have within their gonad and kidney. They have a bilaterally symmetrical body, but in few forms the body becomes asymmetrical due to torsion. When the body must rotate at about 190 degrees along the mouth anus axis or anterior posterior axis of the body, it is called as torsion. And due to this torsion, some mollusks have their abdominal organ above their head. Their locomotory organ is muscular foot. Most of the mollusks have an protective shell outside of their body made up of mainly calcium compound. But some may have an internal shells and some may lack shell at all. Most of the mollusks have a special feeding organ in their mouth called as radula. The respiration is done by ctenidia or pulmonary sac. Their nervous system is somewhat more advanced, which consists of 4 ganglia: cerebral ganglia, visceral ganglia, pleural ganglia, and the pedal ganglia. Mostly unisexual, but some may be bisexual. Some examples are snails, octopus, calm, etc. Features of echinoderm. The echinoderm body remains covered with spines. These are defensive in function, and in addition to the spike, they also have some pedicellari, which are responsible for cleaning process. Their body is unsegmented and divisible into two surfaces, aboral and oral. They lack any prominent head. They have a pentamerous symmetrical body. Their body is divided into 5 or sometime in the multiple of 5 equally spaced ambulacral groups. The presence of tube foot is a very unique feature for echinoderm. The tube foot are the locomotory organ of the echinoderm. These tube feet remain connected with the water vascular system or WVS. The water from the outside can directly enter into this water vascular system through a common pore called as the madreporite. This madreporite or this water vascular system remain connected with the tube feet also and provide for a hydraulic support for their locomotion and other functions. Reproduction is mostly sexual, but asexual reproduction can be observed in starfishes by regeneration. Here are some examples. A starfish, look at the tube feet here, and a sea urchin, look for the tube feet from their body surface. Thank you.